All right. So after, I don't know, 2 hour intermission, more than that, because of this stupid power outage, I am back. And I'm only back because I was going to go on Kick and stream on there and do some gaming. But I felt like I owed it to you viewers. So I am back and yeah, Q&A, talking. Lakers were making some moves. I honestly did not pick up on it. I didn't know the NBA free agency period was today. I legitimately had no idea. None whatsoever. Completely. I did not know that the NBA free agency period was today. And you know, I gotta say, they didn't really do a good job of promoting it. I understand it's not the full on like actual free agency. It's the legal tampering period. It's just kind of bizarre, you know? But yeah, we were talking about Kello Witherspoon. I was answering questions, and I don't know if everybody is going to file in that we had the last time, which sucks. It is a little dead right now. It is a little dead. Hopefully we can get some people in here, but you know, we were talking about Kello, and I could bring up the questions probably from that show, honestly, which I'll probably do right now. Let's see. What were the questions that were asked? We got, because I can literally see the live chat replay, which is great. Okay, so I'm looking forward to this season regardless of what the NFL media pundits say. They totally disregard the coaching caliber of McVay and the staff. I agree with that. Okay, Rams wild card. Okay. Actually, it looks like I somehow answered all the questions before the power went out. Yeah, it looks like I did. But yeah, I mean, let's talk about it, right? So back to the moves that the Rams were making, and then I'm going to talk a little bit about the Lakers. But I think when, you know, you look at going out, getting a Kello, going out, getting DeMarcus Robinson and Tyler Johnson and Sony Michel, you know, clearly it's like, hey, we have our base roster. We're going to see if it works out in OTAs and how we feel. And then if we feel uncomfortable, hey, this is the miracle of free agency. Because now that nothing, like at this point, when you're in the third wave of free agency, nothing is going to count against the compensatory pick formula. Now, I have my own opinion about the compensatory pick formula and how basically compensatory picks have been turned into mush. They're not really worth a ton, right? They're not worth as much as they used to be. But, you know, I do think, obviously, the Rams care about them. And they are something, I guess. And it's like now when you go out and you get somebody, this isn't going to hurt you. This isn't going to go against the compensatory pick formula, which is great. You know, so you get these guys later on, and it doesn't matter if they're starters or what. They don't hurt you for next year. They can only help you. And so I think, you know, you bring Michelle into that running back room, and now you're not just getting a veteran presence, you're getting a different body type in that running back room, a guy that's better in short yardage situations. If Cam Akers you don't trust on 3rd and 1, or, you know, you need to hit it home on 4th and goal, and you're like, we've had Cam Akers fumble a couple times, whatever. Okay, I'll give it to Sony Michel. And now with the wide receiver room, you know, nobody, and I love this stat, nobody on the Rams wide receiver, in the Rams wide receiver room, nobody has had more outside snaps at wide receiver than DeMarcus Robinson for a career. Now, obviously, DeMarcus Robinson has been around a little bit, but that's intriguing. I mean, that's more than Cooper Kupp. So that's intriguing. A guy that's always healthy, guy that doesn't get hurt. I mean, he's never missed a game. So you bring somebody like that in, that's reliability. That's somebody that you can put on the outside, somebody that can go up and high point the football, that can make plays after the catch, can make guys miss. You know, good rack type of guy. And then, you know, you go out and you get Ahkello Witherspoon. And I think this guy, of everybody they added, is the most successful in the NFL because, he's had his moments where it didn't work out all that well in San Francisco, except for the last season. Then he played well with the Steelers. Then he gets hurt and so forth. And it's like, okay, he had a bad year last year. He had the injuries, but now, he's back. He's ready to go. I think he's going to be fine. And so, at the end of the day, I just think the Rams are getting good value. They're getting guys that can help fill different roles, that need to fill different roles. And this is how you build a team. I don't want to say out of scraps because I don't think that does them any justice. But it's how you build a team when you have limited resources. They chose to pay their debts now, right? They chose to pay their debts now. They chose, hey, look, we can't just spend all of our cap space. And so they're doing things a little differently, right? And I think that's really what it is. So, I like what they're doing, and I know some people are going to want Dalvin Cook and, so forth, insert big name here, but that's not the direction they're going in, and I think it's smart. I like the direction they're going in, if I'm being honest. Frankie Too Sweaty, how you doing? It's a good Friday night when you catch Jake live. I appreciate that. So, fun fact, you missed me earlier, only for 18 minutes. The power goes out. And I don't even know what I was in the middle of saying, but I just was like, oh, crap. And I was still talking into the camera when everything around me was dark and black, pitch black, because I had my, you see the screen on and it plays with your mind a little bit. So my computer was on because it's a laptop. And it was just kind of funny. I felt like a total moron for a second because I'm talking to the computer screen or whatever. I'm looking at the question. I'm answering it. And then everything around me goes off. And I'm like, that's kind of weird. And I just continue going off my thought. And then I realize, I'm like, wait a minute. I just lost power. And then it disconnected me from the thing. And I was like, oh, my God. So that was around, 8:30. About when we lost it. So I don't know. My Discord is... my Discord's talking, but no one's in here. So we gotta get on that. Also, feel free to join the Discord. Link is in the description. Would love to have you in there. We're trying to build that up. Got some stuff planned. Maybe some giveaways, so to speak. So, yeah, I don't really know. I wasn't sure what to make the title. I mean, I came back from a power outage. It's probably not the most sexy title. It's probably not getting a bunch of people in here, but yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I wanted to let you guys know. And I was going to stream on Kick in game a little bit, but it's like, I mean, I felt bad where we haven't done JE Live on Friday in a while. And here I was so excited. I finally got together, a schedule, and then the power outage happens, and it's like, oh, not allowed to have the power. You're not allowed to have a schedule. It's not allowed to happen. So I'm curious, what do you guys think? What's going on? What's going on in your minds? Hit me with the Q&A. Come on now, don't be shy. With the Wizards sign Monte Morris in our... oh, no. The Wizards are trading Monte Morris, sign and trade to the Pistons. Okay, that makes sense. I got to say, I know there's probably some Laker fans in here. I love what Rob Pelinka's doing. I will go to another level and say, you know what? I'm going to say this right now. Rob Pelinka's overhated. I've overhated him. I've never hated him. I've criticized him. Rob Pelinka is a good general manager in the NBA. And I understand, like, that's kind of going back, but I think he's really just stepped up in a big way. I mean, he rebuilt his entire team, not even at the halfway point. We're talking like the 80% mark for the NBA regular season. And he rebuilds his team like overnight with an injured LeBron James, puts them in the playoffs with everything he did, and they end up losing in the final, the semifinals to the team that ends up winning it all. So then what does he do in this offseason? He goes out and he's like, oh, yeah, We're going to make sure Rui Hachimura was not just, a rental who we gave a bunch of picks for. No. We're going to bring him back. We're going to keep him. So now Rui is now a Laker for 3 years, which we love to hear that. And then they go out and they get the guy that everybody watched the playoffs, the Miami Heat. They go out and they get him. I don't know why his name is escaping me. Gabe. I mean, they just signed him. I don't know why his name is totally escaping me. But I'm sure somebody will put it in the comment section. That'll get people talking. Gabe Vincent. There we go. Thank you. Cash money. So Gabe Vincent, you got Gabe Vincent. You bring back Rui Hachimura. You go out and you get Taurean Prince for $4.5 million for 1 year. Love it. And then you finally get the guy that I've been looking after, Cam Reddish. I've been saying for a while, Lakers just need to get this kid, because what they've done is they've taken guys in the past, Stanley Johnson, they take your Jared Vanderbilt here, they take guys like that and they turn them into something. They develop them. So I was pretty amped about that. I was pretty amped about getting Cam Reddish. I think he's a good player. I think he's talented. And I'm excited to see what their player development can be, because we've seen it. They've brought in guys like Austin Reeves was a UDFA who they turned into something. So I'm excited about Austin Reeves. I think he'll be back. I'm not worried about him. I think he'll be back. The question is, are they going to bring him and D'Lo back, which is what they're trying to do? That might be a little too much, but we'll see. Edwin, how you doing? Was I surprised Whitmore fell to the Rockets? Was I surprised the Rockets drafted him? No, I think the Rockets are a good organization at this point. They're really setting up to be something. And people can laugh about them going out and getting Fred VanVleet all they want, but he fits what they're building, and I really like what they're building. Was I surprised to see Whitmore fall to pick 20 or whatever? Yes. Yes, I absolutely was surprised to see him fall that far. There's no way in hell that I thought he was going to fall that far. I thought he was a top 5 guy. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but I was very surprised to see him fall that far. Jake, my B-Day is August 9th. The last day of training camp is August 8th. Going to try to go and make a big sign that says, all I want for my B-Day is a hug from AD99. You should 100% do that. You should get it on video, too. Because I think he would do it. I mean, come on. He would have to with that sign. The news on Austin Reeves is that the last thing I saw, the Lakers are prepared to offer him, it was a 4-year deal, $52 million. I just saw it. The Lakers are prepared to offer Austin Reeves 4 years, $52 million. Hey, memory is not completely shot anymore. That's awesome. I love that I'm not losing my mind. Okay, so 4 years, $52 million. The Lakers are expected to offer Austin Reeves when free agency begins. That was according to Legion Hoops. Now, say what you will about Legion Hoops, but they have 701,000 followers, so they're not just some rando. Thoughts on the state of ESPN? This is a great question. Well, I'll say this right now. I think Bob Chapek kind of ruined he ruined Disney. I don't want to say ruined it, because ruined it means like, can you fix something that's ruined? I don't know. I feel like ruined is done. Like if, like war-torn areas of the world, they're ruins, right? Like I feel like ruined, like the idea of ruined, the idea of that is that it's done. It can't be fixed. So I won't say he ruined Disney, but I think he hurt Disney big time, put them in a bad position. And that's why Bob Iger came back pretty much out of retirement to save Disney. And unfortunately, since he had to save Disney, he had to be the bad guy and make those budget cuts. And they slashed ESPN's budget. Now they go out and they get Pat McAfee, and that's going to be great, because the future of television, and I've said this before, is going to be these web shows. Because here's the thing, how much money you pour into these shows that need an actual studio, it's not conducive anymore to success. I mean, if you can get a guy like Pat McAfee to basically do all of his studio work, all of his editing, everything, his filming, all of that from his location, it keeps your costs way down. Your operating costs go down the tubes. And I think this is where a lot of studios are heading, is that I think a lot of these studios want to start going with the web shows. A lot of these studios want to start going with the off-location shooting instead of on-location. Studios are expensive to operate. And so at the end of the day, I think that's where we're at right now. In my opinion. And I've heard that's the case. I've heard that's where we're trending. So ESPN, it's a sad day for all those creators and all those analysts and what have you. The one that really hurt, I think, was Susie Kolber. I've always been a huge fan of hers. I thought she was fantastic in her time at ESPN. I just remember her being a sideline reporter when I was a little kid, and just like to now, and just I've been following her for years. And Todd McShay, I thought he did a great job. And there are some others that have just been outstanding. And it's like really sad to see a lot of these names go. Like, was it Neil Everett's gone? I used to watch him all the time on SportsCenter. I mean, let's be honest though, as time has shifted, SportsCenter is not a must-have on TV anymore. SportsCenter used to be everyone would tune into SportsCenter after games and whatnot. People don't watch SportsCenter as much as they used to. People don't turn in on ESPN as much as they used to. It is not being watched as much, and that's why a lot of these quote unquote debate shows are all over, because you could say it's oversaturation, and I'm not saying you're wrong, but they're trying to keep people's attention. And by keeping people's attention, like, how do they do that? They say they make bad takes on purpose, right? They make controversial stuff. They make stuff for social media, stuff that will pull you in, get you upset, and that's how they keep you there. And so they've had to do different things where it's not just analyzing anymore. It's not even like reporting the stats, the news, etc. We're now having people that are literally just on TV to just yell and just to make noise and to piss people off, because there are people more than you would think that watch programming that makes them upset. Like, I know people personally that watch stuff that's like, it pisses me off, but I just have to watch it. Like, I can't fathom that, but there are people out there that do. That's a great question though. The state of ESPN is that it's going into a transitional period. And I don't know if it's going to work, but I'll say one thing. I would not bet against Bob Iger. You think the Rams should get a center? The Lakers probably, I would assume, right? Yeah, I'm also going on the 8th, and I got an autograph last year. Oh, nice. That's awesome. I wonder where James Harden's going. That's interesting. Does he? I mean, I don't think they even have the cap, but it'd be interesting if he went back to the Rockets. I saw apparently he wants to go to the Clippers so badly. I don't know why. What do I know about the new uniforms? I can't say. I just know that next year they are coming out. They will not be out this year. That's all I can say in confidence, because I know exactly what color they are and everything, but I can't divulge such information. Otherwise, I won't get, like, the next time I won't get the information. I won't get those leaks. As you guys know, if you followed the draft coverage on this channel during our Downtown Rams stream, I had some scoops, and I'm not trying to ruin that. So, I will say this: there are people that go with the flow will like them. I think the older generation will dislike them. That's all I'll say. Is I think, based on, I think the older generation will probably dislike. For the most part, the older generation will dislike them. I don't know. Maybe they'll like them. I don't know. In my opinion, yeah. I like them. I'll just say that. So, fun fact. When the power went out I instantly laid down on my bed and just scrolled through Twitter because I was like, all right, I'll just wait this out. There's nothing I can do. And as soon as the power went back on, sure enough, you guys know me. If you do know me, I am deathly afraid of spiders. And the first freaking thing is a spider that comes down like this right in my face. Like, go figure. I can't. And if anyone saw the latest Off the Edge show, while I was doing the show with Cam, I had a spider crawler like here, and you can't really see it from the angle it's crawling, but good God, it was not fun. Yeah, I think the Lakers need another center. I don't know if you can justify playing AD at the center. It feels that way. It feels like someone out there is trying to turn me into Spider-Man, because that's 2 times. That's 2. But I don't know. Hey, I love Spider-Man. It's in the back. Yeah. I love Spider-Man, but Spider-Man doesn't look like a big hairy spider. Okay, it doesn't have menacing eyes. Like I like Spider-Man, but spiders, no, I don't. Yeah, right. It feels that way. This is a sign from Miguel O'Hara. I'm not putting that mask on because I guarantee you there are probably spiders behind that mask. I haven't moved those in forever. I should probably clean them. They're just sitting there. They're only to sit there. There's a mannequin head to keep it formed. Well, of course. I mean, you would have to assume that, but yeah. What's up, Nolan? Yeah. Miguel's planning his attack with the TVA. The YouTube TVA. You know how it goes. Yeah, I'll never root against people like to lose their job and whatnot. So I can't really say on that one. I would say the only one I was a little surprised with was Kendrick Perkins staying on ESPN. But then again, he makes a lot of people upset, and he's reactionary and gets the right reactions to keep people coming in and keep people engaged. So that, I guess I shouldn't be shocked. I mean, I'll be honest with you. If I woke up one day and I could swing webs and I was Spider-Man, I mean, it'd make content creating a blast. I mean, I'd have to bring my camera and just, I mean, I guess, right? I'm a YouTuber. Dude, can you imagine how big my YouTube videos would be if I was Spider-Man? Like, bro, I'm the first ever Spider-Man in like the actual real life modern day. Like, what? That'd be crazy. Yeah. Far From Home was great. I think it's overhated. I mean, I think most Spider-Man movies, aside from, everyone seems to like No Way Home. But I feel like even the Mark Webb Spider-Man movies, but no one can say the VFX in those ones are bad. Yeah, I mean, I think they do, but that's just me. Oof, that's brutal. Jake Man does whatever a spider can. Oh boy. Yeah, and then of course I made my Kyron Williams video because you guys know I've been theming my. By the way, what are your guys' thoughts on the themes that I've been doing? I don't know. I've been drawing up these themes for the Kyron Williams, like Kyron Williams projection, Cam Akers projection. I had Matthew Stafford, Jedi Survivor. I had Super Cam. I turned like Cooper Kupp. I put on a Bane mask. Like, what are your thoughts on those? Are those more likely to generate a click from you? Do you like creativity in your thumbnails, or do you want them to be just like bare bones basic? Because I have a little bit of both, and I think over the years I don't have a consistent format. I kind of dabble, and I've gotten better at graphic design, but I'm sure some of these graphic designers would look at them and be like, ugh. So I don't know, but yeah. Yeah, No Way Home was more than just, and I get it all the time. No Way Home is just fan service. I'm like, no. No Way Home was amazing. Like, it's my favorite movie all time. And, you know, guys, you go through that moment where you're like, is it recency bias? Like, you start questioning. You're like, is it recency bias? Do I really like this film that much? Is it just that I got out of the theater and I'm letting it all just kind of, you know, sit with me? And then you realize it's been over a year since it came out, and you're like, nope, it's that good. It was that good, because I'm sitting here still watching it 12 or whatever times I've watched it. I bought it, you know. First day being bitten by a radioactive spider reaction. Hey, I think that would do numbers. And especially for you guys, because you guys would be like, wait a minute, did he just speak that into existence? You're liking it? I appreciate that, Big Blake. Oh, yeah. Sony, I'm not really sure what they're doing with Sony. I'm not really sure what they're doing. It's at this point, like, they're recasting now El Muerto. Why don't you just cancel El Muerto? Kill the project. I can assure you nobody is interested in that. I think he was in 2 issues of comics with Spider-Man. Like, what is the point? Just kill it. No one wants to see it. Raise your hand. I won't be able to see any of you. But drop in the comments section below. Type F in the chat if you do not want to see El Muerto. And if you do want to see El Muerto, put a question mark. Or not a question mark. We'll do an exclamation point. We'll just do a quick poll. I mean, exactly. Most people don't. He's a deep cut villain that no one knows. F. First time hearing about it. That project is dead. They're still trying to make it happen. They want to recast. I'm like, come on, man. Just cancel the damn thing. Never forget. You like the thumbnail concept? I appreciate that. It's a nice concept. I agree. I mean, you got to make yourself stand out. You know, it's funny. I've been watching a lot of videos because it's, you know, around June, July. Everything you're doing, it doesn't matter how big you're getting, right? It does not matter. When you're a football content creator predominantly, and June and July hit, this is the dead period of the off season. And you hear me say it all the time. You're probably sick of it, but it's true. I'm not lying. It is the dead period. And so during the dead period, the numbers drop. Although the numbers have started to go up like crazy thanks to the Rams actually making moves. But anyway, the numbers do drop. And it causes you to kind of go and, you know, spiral a little bit. It doesn't matter how big you are. Like, if it starts to happen, it starts to happen. And so you spiral and you start questioning yourself, and self-doubt, you know, kind of trickles into your mind, and you're like, man, am I doing enough, right? Like, what am I doing? So I watch these videos during this time to try to keep myself motivated and everything, get better. And what I keep finding is stuff from like Mr. Beast and Sean Cannell and stuff like that. And so when I watch these videos, like Mr. Beast saying, look, you know, you should be planning your thumbnail before you even plan your video. Like, you should have already made your thumbnail before you've already made your video. And I agree. And so that's what I've been doing. I've been doing it for a while. I love making thumbnails. Now, I use Canva. I couldn't use Photoshop to save my life, and I don't care who knows that. I don't care how bad that sounds. If I can make decent enough, you know, edits on Canva, I don't give a shit. And so I think that, you know, that's really where you know, what's happened. And so, you know, it's like, it's this time of year where, you know, maybe you could try some different things and whatnot, but I don't know. I really like the idea of going out and try to make something unique. And that's not just in my videos, but also in the thumbnail. Like, I want to make a thumbnail where I'm posting it on Twitter because I'm actually proud of it. And I don't care how ridiculous that sounds, but you know, it's one of those things, man. Oh, we got another F and another F. So thank you, Jack. Jake live stream him swinging across New York. Sony wants that to flop like the Flash. I feel like this is all by design. Like, hey, we got to put out this movie because, look, everything is flopping now. Like, Indiana Jones made $7 million at the box office projected. Like, what? How? It only made $7 million. That is a major flop. And it's not the weekend yet. I get it. But how much bigger is it going to get during the weekend? Seriously, how much bigger is it going to get? Opening night, it made $7 million. El Muerto is cool. I'm not hating on the name. They didn't create a good enough and interesting enough character. The adaptation is going to be, we have to make a better character than we did for the comics. So how are people going to go and watch that? If it was like a Sony TV series, we found out that people will watch Iron Fist. People will watch Jessica Jones. They'll watch Luke Cage. You know, TV series, you can make anything into a TV series. If you have a good enough cast of writers and actors, people will watch. But when you throw a movie out there and people are spending upwards $20 a pop to go to the theaters, it's like, you need to make sure you're putting out something genuine. Because I'm sorry, like, it doesn't matter. I don't care if it's unfair. People aren't going to be like, you know what? Oppenheimer, that's cool. You know, I kind of want to see that, but I'm going to go and see El Muerto. Like, no one is doing that. If you have an opportunity to see a movie that's going to be like winning every award and has a bevy of cast, you know, crazy actors and actresses, or, you know, you have an opportunity to see Bad Bunny act, you're going to choose the other one every time. And so that's the thing. That's the problem. Now, here's where it gets a little tricky, because Guardians of the Galaxy was like a D-rated comic that not everybody knew. But Guardians of the Galaxy had a trailer and had some actors that you knew. You knew Dave Bautista. You knew Vin Diesel, whether he was big or not, just basically voicing I Am Groot the whole time. Whatever, right? Bradley Cooper. You know, you knew Michael Rooker. Zoe Saldana, like, you knew her from Avatar and wherever else. You know, obviously Chris Pratt from Parks and Rec. People knew these people. Like, Bad Bunny is a very niche fan base. And for acting, it's like, people are like, all right, is this Machine Gun Kelly all over again? And some people, like, they like him. They like his acting. Some people don't. It's too niche. So, yeah. All right, let's pick back up here. Yeah. I've seen some it's clearly dead articles. We'll say that. I agree with that. I think the focus right now should be Venom and should be Spider-Man, the Amazing Spider-Man. I think they do need to start pushing Andrew Garfield. But that's just me. Exactly. I mean, he literally has like 2 fights with Spider-Man in like 2 different comics. And no one, like, I'm a diehard Spider-Man fan. I didn't know him until I looked it up. Like, I never heard of El Muerto. Like, if we're making El Muerto movies, then why can't we make a movie for Tombstone? He's cool. I'll say this. I think Tombstone's a better villain than anything like, you know, comic or animated or video game lets on. Tombstone would be a cool, like, main character as a villain if you were going to make anything. Like, I'd watch a Tombstone villain arc. I would. Yep. They did. Bad Bunny can't act. Well, here's the thing. I mean, Kraven the Hunter looks cool, but you can't tell me that Kraven the Hunter looks like an adaptation of Kraven. Like, it just looks like an action movie. I mean, Aaron Taylor Johnson's a great actor, but why is it that he doesn't sound like Kraven, but his dad does? Kraven's dad sounds like Kraven. Kraven just sounds like an American. Like, why does he, and like, he's slender too. He's not like big. Like, I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. But you know, when he took that bear trap, because I thought it too, when he took the bear trap and threw it on that guy's head, that got everybody to be like, I'll at least watch that. Because I felt the same way. I'm like, at the very least, this will be a fun action movie. Miami is trading Victor Oladipo to Oklahoma City. So back to Oklahoma City he goes. Interesting. Star Wars will fly. Which Star Wars? I'm actually curious to see what they do with Star Wars. I mean, at any point, like, is there any chance of them able to break out past the Skywalker saga? Because it just, there's other stuff out there, but they just haven't quite been able to break past it. And I don't know if they ever will. I mean, at this point, it's taken years. I love what they're doing, though. Like, the Cal Kestis arc, like, put that in live action. Like, I want to see more Cal Kestis. You know? Nobody asked for that Indiana Jones film either. I honestly forgot it was coming out. I am a big Indiana Jones fan. The 5th one doesn't even make sense. I mean, Shia LaBeouf is, like, he, you know, the guy he played, like, that's his son, I believe, right? So it's like, you know, they basically just kind of kicked him off, and it's weird. It's just weird to me. And I don't have any connection to, like, the daughter or I didn't even know, like, who is she? Who is the girl? Who is the girl in this new Indiana Jones movie? Like, I have no interest. I don't know who she is. I have no connection to her. And they'll explain it, but it's like, where's the connection? We're on Indiana Jones 5. We're on the 5th movie, and I don't even know who that is. That's why it's flopping. I mean, if you wanted to see digitally de-aged Harrison Ford, okay, but I don't know. Yeah, no one asked for it. I'll see it eventually, but I'm not seeing it in theaters. Not in this economy. Yeah, well, Hollywood's not doing well. Hollywood's flopping right now. Like, the Flash movie should have done better, but I don't know. I mean, we kind of talked about, was it because of Ezra Miller? Like, what happened there? But it flopped. It's not looking good. I feel for everybody that worked on that, because it didn't look that bad, and I heard it was really good, but it sounds like it flopped. This is perfect because this is how I felt. Like, and you know what didn't help? You know what didn't help this at all? So right before they dropped this highly anticipated Kraven the Hunter trailer, right before they had dropped the Spider-Man 2 video game trailer that showed Kraven being a total badass and having that Russian accent. It totally ruined all the hype for this movie. Because when we saw that Kraven, we're like, that guy is badass. He is gonna be a problem in this game. Which, fair warning, if you're not on Kick, get on Kick. Follow me on Kick. I will be streaming the hell out of Spider-Man 2. That's all I'll be doing in October. I'm kidding, of course. I got obligations. I'll be covering the NFL, but I'll be playing a lot of of the Spider-Man 2 game. No doubt about it. That will be happening. So just fair warning ahead of time. By the way, after this, I will be going on Kick and will be streaming some games. So, I'd say give it about 5-10 minutes after this stream. If you guys want late night streams, I'll ask you guys what to play and I'll play it. I mean, I've been playing NHL. I'll play whatever. I mean, I know people want horror games. I'll terrify myself. Maybe we'll play some Outlast 2. It's a Friday night. It's up to you guys. But after this stream, and we've been streaming for almost an hour, so we'll probably wrap it up, 15 minutes or so. I will go live on there. If you build it, they will come. Fall Out Boy said that, and I stick by it. If you build it, they will come. Hopefully you will come. Hopefully you will come to Kick. And if you don't, it's no big deal. I'll still be streaming here, every Friday. And then when the NFL season rolls along, things will change. I will stream more here, more on Kick, just in general streaming, have more plans, But this is during the off season. Bad Bunny can bring the baddies out, though. They won't go to the movies? No. Yeah, at this point, I'm ready to just call it a year. See Oppenheimer and I'm good. I don't need to see another movie. That is going to absolutely kill it. I'm very, very, very excited for Oppenheimer. I think it's going to be awesome. Yeah, exactly. Oh, this is tough. I mean, I'm going to go with Tom Holland's, but I think they all do a nice job. They all kind of play their own role. The most underrated by far, in my opinion, is Andrew Garfield. So, yeah, it's true. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that. Not a fan of that at all. It was kind of weird. Well, here's the thing, okay? If you want to make a good Batman movie, make a Hush film. Make a film with Hush as the main villain. There you go. Good Batman movie. It will work. Matt Reeves Batman with Hush. I know he was interested in doing that. Make it so. Psychological horror thriller type Batman movie with Hush. Good luck. You're not beating that. Not in this day and age for a Batman film. All right, I will say though, I do want to see a live action Calendar Man just for the memes. I don't know. I think it'd be funny. Killer Croc would be cool if they actually knew how to do that. Yeah, that's brutal. It's also the Flash. People have to understand it's hard to make something like that look serious. Just that character. I like the Flash, but it's hard to make something like that look serious and take it seriously. Barbenheimer Day. There you go. Why does Rhino have an accent? I do not know. No, it's not. I know. Like, you want me to sit there and watch this film on El Muerto and there's not even a guarantee Spider-Man's going to show up? No, I'm out. Oh, man. The Elden Ring boss. Oh, God. They were brutal. I mean, I think that should be one of their main focuses, but wait, are we getting Venom 3 this year or is that next year? It's next year, isn't it? And oh, I don't know. Yep, October 2024. Ugh. Brutal. Wait, what are we getting this year? We're just getting the Marvels, right? Kraven the Hunter, October 6th. The Marvels, November 10th. That's it. Loki 2, October 6th. Loki Season 2. Marvel's Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur. What the hell is that? Echo releases in its entirety on November 29th. I have a suspicion that Echo is going to absolutely bomb. It is just not going to do well. What if season 2 was supposed to be early 2023? It's being delayed. Might not come out until 2024. X-Men 97 is expected to release in fall 2023. Coven of Chaos was originally billed for winter 2023, but has since been delayed. Ironheart, summer 2023, delayed. So now I don't know what those, but yeah. Yeah, I don't... Whose idea was it to be like, all right, I have an idea. We'll put Echo in front of Daredevil. We'll have Daredevil show up in She-Hulk and then have Daredevil show up in another show and then give you Daredevil. Like, how? Like, no one wants to see Echo. Everybody wants to see Daredevil. Thank you, Sean, for going through 2 hours of material. I appreciate you. I didn't realize I put out that much, but hey, thank you. It's funny. I forgot how much I did. I was like, oh, yeah, that's right. That came out today. Oh, and that came out today. And oh, that came out today. Yeah, that was not a good sign when they were like, yeah, we're going to release all of it. Bob Chapek didn't do anything right. If you want to be a CEO, don't be Bob Chapek. That dude cratered Disney. I mean, if you weren't here for my rant earlier, he made it like impossible for ESPN to keep his staff because Iger came in and he had to cut the budget. He had to slash their budget because he was so bad. Yeah, it's funny. Like I didn't even realize I was just in the zone, you know? And yeah, I mean, I love putting out content. If I could do that consistently, I feel good. Yeah, that's another thing. We're going to have to get an upgrade Daredevil. Like Daredevil can't be Mr. I'm just going to have the walk of shame. Okay? Daredevil needs to be bigger than that. I don't know how I feel about that. It should be Hush. Echo is the deaf character. I was going to say superhero, but I don't even know if she's a superhero. She's the deaf character from Hawkeye, the TV show. My favorite active Ram, it's either Stafford or Atwell for me. Probably Stafford. And Jacoby Durant's up there. The ending of Ant-Man Quantumania felt like, I don't know, they're in a simulation. Like, I think they're in another world created by Kang. I don't think it ended with the happy ending we saw. I really don't. I think he never got out. Or when he did, he went into another universe, dimension, whatever. I think that's the big twist ending. Secret Invasion's really good. Through the first 2 episodes, I really like it. I have seen Secret Invasion, yep. So, I was streaming Elden Ring on here and my gaming channel last year, and I did stream it recently on Kick, but I haven't been playing it consistently. But I love the game. It's just like I'm in a point where I'm like level 102, but I don't know where to go. Like, I don't know how to beat the game. You know what I mean? I was just fighting bosses and such, and that's pretty much all I've been doing. I don't know. Maybe because it's so far in advance. I mean, we're talking what? Secret Wars comes out in 2028 now? Good God, that's forever from now. Let's see. I'm looking it up right now. Secret Wars. Moved to 2028. I was right. That is ridiculous. Delayed until 2028. IMDb is showing 2027. So here's the cast listing on the IMDb page. Not like it means everything or anything for that matter. But the only people on the cast listing, Thor, Kang the Conqueror. So Chris Hemsworth as Thor, Jonathan Majors as Kang. Catherine Newton as Cassie Lang is the third name. Simu Liu as Shang-Chi. Benedict Cumberbatch as Doctor Strange. Anthony Mackie as Captain America. Mark Ruffalo as Bruce Banner. Benedict Wong as Wong. Chodiel Gomez as America Chavez. Iman Vellani as Miss Marvel. And Dominique Thorne as Riri Williams. That's it. That's it. That's the only cast that's listed. But it's interesting that there's even a cast listed. And it's even more interesting that Catherine Newton, a.k.a. Cassie Lang, is the third name for Avengers Secret Wars. Expected May 7th, 2027, according to IMDb. They definitely did. Yeah, I don't know if it was all a dream, but it definitely, the ending feels like a gotcha. Like, I don't know. It didn't feel genuine. It feels like he's still in Kang's world. That's the thing. And I forget, I saw kind of a breakdown of it. So I was already kind of thinking it looked too good to be true. And the way like people are looking at him, it was weird, man. Like the ending of Ant-Man Quantumania, if you get a chance, just go and watch it. If you haven't watched the movie yet, watch the full movie. I'm telling you, if you go back and watch it, it is creepy. It is unsettling. There's something going on. Truman Show vibe. Absolutely. That's what I picked up on. By the way, one of the greatest films ever created. And just a shout out to the band that I saw the other day, Avenged Sevenfold. They give a shout out to the Truman Show in their song Mattel, which is about basically the world being, you know, everything is just a perfect plastic world, Mattel being a toy company. And everything is just a perfect plastic world where, you know, you have ears made of wax, but you can't hear out of, you know, thoughts no one cares to know. And then they say, good afternoon, good evening, and good night in the song, which is a callback to Truman Show. So yeah, I just thought I'd throw that out there because it reminded me of the song Mattel. Check it out if you like metal. It's fantastic. That whole record's amazing. Their newest record. But Truman Show vibe, I totally agree. There's something just off at the end of Ant-Man. Like I can't lie. There's definitely something off with the end of Ant-Man. No doubt about it. I mean, so much so I want to watch the ending right now. I'm not going to play it because that will get me copyright claimed, and I'd rather not go through all of that. But Ant-Man, the Wasp, Quantumania ending. Can I just see the ending? I don't need a walkthrough. I just want to see the ending scene. Hey, there's Mint Mobile, our sponsor. Ryan Reynolds. I just came out of cake retirement for you. Just happy birthday. All right. So he has the cake. He's walking back from the Baskin Robbins. Fresh as produce. Let's see. And that girl, okay, so that girl, he passes a girl, and then she stares over at him. Then she gets another girl's attention and points over to him. And then, I mean, you see Scott's like face, like kind of turn a little bit and like something's weird. And he's thinking. And now the two people that just walked by him, this couple that just walked by him, is now, they turn around and they're staring at him. They're pointing over like, hey, what's going on? They're like, I understand, you know, Scott Lang wrote the book and everything, and he's Ant-Man. People know that, but like, this feels different. This doesn't feel like, oh, wow, it's Scott Lang. Like, they're not asking to take his picture or get his autograph. They're like, why is he here? So it is interesting. And then you see, and everyone is staring at, dude, this is unbelievably creepy. You got to watch the last scene of Quantumania. You have people under this umbrella here at this table, this coffee shop. They are staring. This guy gets out of the coffee shop. He is staring. The people behind him, two people at a chair, at a table that are staring at him. This girl cannot even believe her eyes. She's staring at him. He's just carrying a cake. There's nothing he's doing that's crazy. And if he's a popular person, then they're not like, oh my God, that's him, and going up to him. They just keep like looking at him. So it's really weird. And then he stops, like slowly walking, and this girl who looks like she's not going to look over after she passes him, she then stares at him. So like everybody is staring at him. It's so bizarre. This scene is so weird. And then guy gives the nod. She waves hi. They weren't waving at him. They were talking about him. So what's going on? So now he continues on. First thing this girl does, she gets out of the store. She stares at him. This girl's staring at him. And now let's see, when they get into this birthday thing, what's going on here? We're all together. And then he has the cake and he's disgusted with the taste. Now, I mean, there's definitely a possibility the guy just makes a bad cake. I'm not saying that's impossible. But did it go bad maybe? Like I don't know. The ending is bizarre. It's really bizarre, and it's like I don't know. It's really weird. It feels like oh, and dude, he passed the same people twice. He passed the same people twice. Yeah, this gives me kind of like chills low key. I don't know, man. You go see for yourself. It's the final scene of Ant-Man Quantumania, and it is weird. And I'm one of those people, if you want to creep me out, hit me with eerie. Jump scares they scare me for a sec or whatever. They might make me jump, but like the eeriness factor is creepier than anything. Like you play the 50s music in a Fallout universe, and all of a sudden it doesn't matter what you say. As soon as you play that old music with Fallout, now it's eerie, now it's creepy, now it's unsettling, right? If you're just playing Fallout and you got metal music going on in the background, or you got Kendrick Lamar, you're not going to be creeped out. But the moment you snip on the ink spots in the 40s or 50s, whenever they came out, that's when it gets creepy. That is when it gets creepy. So yeah, I mean, I think it's just the problem is, or not the problem, but the reason why that ending is so weird is because everything is so unsettling. It's a happy-go-lucky music. He's walking, he's narrating, and he's not even really he's not even oblivious to what's going on around him. He's just thinking in his mind like, oh yeah, well maybe we didn't. No, he's going through like the possibilities. Maybe we didn't take down Kang. Did we? Did we stop him? Did we not? And it's just, oh man. That's what I'm saying. The same couple walk by him. You can miss this. It is very possible to miss this. The same exact couple walk by him twice. Different directions. Like, that's just so weird to me. Like, I gotta... Time traveling Space King. There's the first time they walk by him. This is so weird, dude. So weird, man. Wow. Yeah, that just gives you chills. Yeah, he didn't. You're right. You are right. I don't think he ever escaped Kang. That's what I've been saying. I do not think he escaped. Exactly. Yeah, it's I don't know, man. It's weird. I don't know how to feel. Well, I do know how to feel. Creeped out is how I feel. All right. So, in about well, it is July 1st now on the East Coast. But in about, let's see, I don't know, 10 minutes or so, I'm going to go on Kick. We're going to go live. We're going to play some games. Hope you guys join. Be sure to click that link now. I'm going to head off and I'm going to go on Kick. So if you guys want to follow me on Kick and you guys want to go and enjoy, I'm going to be playing some games. I don't know what I'll be playing. Maybe some horror. I don't know. It's up to you guys. So stop on by there. 10 minutes. Go give it a follow. As soon as I go live, it'll let you know that I'm live. I'll also put it out in the Discord and everything. So hope to see you guys there. Please do me a favor. Go hit that follow. Thank you, Rusty. I'm sorry I couldn't show the whole thing because of copyright. But yeah, do me a favor. Go hit that follow button over on Kick. It takes about 30 seconds to sign up. And that is where I will be streaming my gaming content, which will be in a little bit. So hope to see you there. Again, thank you guys for tuning in. I'm glad we were able to reconvene after this incredibly annoying power outage. But now the power outage is done. So on to the gaming. I'll see you guys soon. Take care. And if I don't see you over there, good night.